So here we are at the rooftop of the Casa del Rector. We have a gorgeous view of this entire city. We have this beautiful pool here in front of us. And because we have these amazing clouds in the sky, we're getting these incredible reflections in this pool. We're gonna try and capture this entire scene in a way that does what travel photography does best. It makes people want to be here. Now, our job is relatively easy because it's already a beautiful scene. But here's what happens. You find yourself in a beautiful location. You look at the scene and you say, you know what? I'm gonna take a photo, and then you frame up a shot, and what happens? It's just kind of boring. It doesn't really convey the beauty that's in front of you. And that happens all the time, and I get it. Same thing happened to me when I first got started too. So what we wanna do is not just capture the beauty of the scene, we wanna capture the scene in such a way that really captures the essence of it and makes people wanna be here. Now, we have this 2.5 lined up, and this works perfectly. Now it's just a matter of an inch or two in either direction to really frame up this composition perfectly. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. We want to line this up in such a way where we absolutely make sure we can include this pool and the reflection of these clouds, but I also have that important city skyline and the dome of that yellow church. I want to keep that prominent in that frame as well. I don't like that raw iron sort of gate on the right-hand side, and I don't like that tree, but I can't completely eliminate them either. If I pan too much to the left, I lose that gate, but I also lose just a little bit of that composition, and that dome is way too close to the right edge of that frame. And if I go too far to the right, I'm making that gate too prominent, and I'm losing just a little bit of that skyline there. I don't like that either. So I'm basically forced to make a compromise a little bit here by having just a little bit of the tree and a little bit of that gate on either side. But what I want to do to make sure I get the best image possible is get low enough to include the reflection and that pool in the bottom, maybe third or bottom like 20% of that frame. That's all I need, because I want to make sure I have enough room for that sky. It just brings the whole city to life and really plays on the vibrancy of that city skyline that's directly in front of us. This is really, I think, the best composition we're gonna get in this scene right here. Here's what we wanna do. We wanna tighten it up just a little bit more and add just a little bit more flavor to this image. That's really gonna go a long way. I'm gonna click on that last image I took here, and it's already a beautiful shot, but let's just make it a little bit better. Now, I talked about these distractions. I talked about this gate on the right-hand side, and I talked about this tree on the left-hand side. They're not important elements, and they're distracting from the beauty of the scene. So here's the easiest way to remove these distractions. I'm gonna click on that edit on the top right, and all the way on the right-hand side, you're gonna see this little box. I'm gonna click that box. That's gonna bring up my crop tool, and all I'm gonna simply do is take that right-hand side and crop that in, and take that left-hand side and move that over just a touch to crop that in as well. Now, I don't want to cut off too much of the top and too much of the bottom here, but I do think that the top of the image is just a little bit too much sky. So I'm going to grab the top of this frame too and drag this down just a little bit, maybe right around there. So now that we just cut off a little bit of that sky, it was just a little bit too prominent in that final composition. And what we're really doing is focusing in on that beautiful skyline, but also including the reflection of the pool and that gorgeous blue sky day with those puffy white clouds. We have all those elements that I continue to talk about throughout the entire scene. And now we really were carefully choosing how to arrange those elements in the best possible way to create the best possible image. Now, before I go any further, I want to take a second to improve this composition just a little bit more. Now, this is a personal choice, but for me, I do think this is going to make a big difference. So when I see the word photo here, I'm going to swipe to the left, and I'm going to click where it says 4:3, and I'm going to change this to 16:9. And then I'm going to swipe back to the right-hand side. I absolutely love this skyline right now. I mean, come on, look at this view. Everything about this scene is absolutely stunning, except for one thing. On the bottom right-hand side, I still have that metal grate, And I think instead of just trying to remove this distraction this time, I think we can actually work with this. I think we can take this composition and not just sort of try and minimize that metal grate, but take this part of this composition and actually improve it. And all I need to do that is add one last element. Now I'm gonna ask my friend to walk into the frame, and let's see what that does for this final image here. Look at that. This is so much better than the image we had before, and here's why. Not only is this working perfectly now to actually include that iron gate that I didn't like before, now we have a beautiful subject that's in front of it that's giving us the perfect reason to shoot this image just like we are now. So anytime you find yourself in front of a beautiful scene and you want to improve that image just a little bit more, and you're with your friends or family members, be sure to include them in the scene. And the fact that you have another human element in that composition is gonna work so much better to create an image that is gonna make people want to be there. Now let's work the scene even more to really create the perfect image here. So with my 2.5x already lined up, here's what's going on. Now I can move back just a little bit to try and include her whole body in the frame. So I'm gonna grab this image here. Now a couple things are happening here that I don't like. One, I'm actually hiding that beautiful dome of that church with her body. I don't like that. And two, backing up to include her entire body in this frame is just drawing me a little bit too far out of this composition to make it really work. Now, if I wanted to include that dome, all I have to do is move to my left just a little bit here and get a little bit higher. But you'll notice when I do, I think I'm losing just a little bit too much of that city off to the left. So here's what I want to do. We don't need to include the entire model to include what it feels like and identify with that person in the scene. We only need basically their head and their shoulders, maybe a part of their torso. So what we want to do is get closer. And when I do get closer, I think I might be able to move to my right just a little bit. This way I can go back to the left with my phone and capture more of that skyline along the left-hand side. I like this composition right here actually from the background standpoint, but now my model is just a little bit too far to the left on that ledge. So here's what I'm gonna ask her to do. I'm gonna sort of keep my frame right around here and ask her to move to the right just a little bit. Now I have all of my elements aligned. Check this out. I have that beautiful skyline all the way on the left-hand side. I have the incredible blue sky, those puffy white clouds. Every aspect of the scene is working perfectly, and the way my model is positioned is in such a way where I still have that beautiful dome being seen. She's not obstructing it at all. And the fact that I don't have her feet means I can get a little bit closer, compressing the scene even more. So now that we have all the elements of this composition lined up just about perfectly, the only thing left to do is simply press the shutter. So how beautiful is this image here? Right? Think about it. Does it make you want to be here? Now, of all the pictures I took, I honestly have to say, looking at this last photo, this is the photo that makes me want to be here right now. Anytime you find yourself in this position, standing in front of a beautiful scene, and then ask myself, what can I do to include a person in the frame such that when people look at this image, it's going to have more impact. Don't forget to include the human element. So now that I fully captured the scene, I'm gonna go join my friend and truly soak in this absolutely beautiful view. This video was a free preview of my Capture It All online course. In this course, you'll discover how to use your iPhone to literally capture everything that's happening around you. We'll talk about composition, storytelling, timing, photographing people, recording videos, time lapses, flying a drone, and so much more. If you'd like to use your iPhone to its fullest potential, please take a look at the full version of Capture It All. You'll find the link in the description right next to this video. So click on that link right now and I'll see you inside the full version of the course.